Hey guys, so this is a video that I hope will help you get more out of your practice time at home. And I'm kind of making this for both students and parents because I know a lot of you parents do want to help your kid practice at home. Maybe you're just not sure how. Um, you should see, I guess I'll link it in the comments to this video, or maybe you'll see it on my website, maybe where you found this video. This document, this is a list of, well, basically just stuff I had to learn the hard way. I think a lot of middle schoolers, a lot of beginners, they don't get a lot out of their practice time. They don't feel like they're getting better just because they're not practicing correctly. They're not using strategies and methods that are going to actually work well. I know because when I was a kid, I did the same thing. So this list is this is how I practice. This is how we learn music in class. This is the stuff that actually works. And so anyway, I'm just gonna show you how to do some of this stuff because just seeing it on paper maybe you don't understand. So I thought I could go through it in a video. The first point I make, on the document there about practicing every day, it's very, very important. Every day you don't play your instrument, you will get worse. It doesn't just stay the same, because we're dealing with muscle memory here. Every day you practice, you're going to get better, even if it doesn't feel like you are getting better. Every day you don't practice, you are getting worse. I know from my own experience. Anyway, first thing, slow down. This is the biggest thing. When you're learning a new piece of music, you need to slow it down so slow that you can play it without making mistakes. That's the really important point. So slow that you can play it without making any mistakes. Now, maybe for you, you don't need to slow it down that much, and you can play just fine. Maybe you need to slow it down like really, really, really slow. So, for example, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Maybe you need to slow it down that much. That's fine. Okay. Then do it several times. I mean, like 10 times that slow. It's gonna feel like really 10. By about number 7 or 8, you're gonna be really going nuts. But the more times you do it, remember this is muscle memory. So every time you do it, you're getting better and better and stronger. Yet you really do need to do it like 10 times. And then you can start speeding it up. If you start speeding it up and you start making mistakes again, either slow it back down, okay, or just put the instrument down for a couple minutes, okay? Put the instrument down for 20 minutes, half an hour, or even go to sleep, okay? Because when you sleep, your brain processes all the muscle memory stuff you learned that day. So you'll wake up the next day and all of a sudden things will start clicking, right? But that only works if you did the 10 times, because otherwise you're not giving it any muscle memory to process, okay? Anyway, so slow down. So that's the biggest thing. Use a metronome. Number 2, use a metronome. I like this app. It's Tempo by company's Frozen Ape. I said this in the document. You can just Google the word metronome. Google has a metronome built in now. We use it in class a lot. I like this one because you can really hear it clearly. Remember, you can plug in an earbud in one ear and into your device if you're having trouble hearing the metronome. So, how to use a metronome? Okay, well, first thing, listen to it while you play. Tap your foot. I'm tapping my foot. Can't see it, but tap, tap. Maybe tizzle. Um, Here's the thing. You need to listen to the metronome while you're tizzling or while you're playing. You need to listen to it, not to yourself. You can't play with a metronome if you're not listening to the metronome. Okay? You have to listen to the metronome while you're playing. Don't listen to yourself, and then you will be playing with the metronome. Anyway, okay. So let's talk about number 3, counting and tizzling our rhythms with the metronome. I just pulled, This Old Man from our method, but this works with any song, obviously. So let's go with a metronome, and first thing you can do is to just tizzle the rhythm. You don't need to learn your rhythms and your notes at the same time. Okay? When you're learning a new piece, don't try to learn your notes and your rhythms at the same time. Let's just learn the rhythm. So this little man, this is mirror. I'm looking at my iPad right now. This is kind of mirror image. I don't know if it's going to be for you, but it doesn't matter. You'll get the point. So I'm listening to the metronome. I'm tapping, tap, tap, and I'm just going to tizzle the rhythm. And this thing I'm doing with my finger, some of you may really benefit from that, okay? Because some people, especially if you're one of those types who can read a book really fast, you read a book really fast by, you're actually looking at 3 or 4 words at a time. I'm not like that. My wife is like that. I can't do that. I don't know how you people do it. This is a new language. You cannot read this that fast, okay? So you may need to use your finger and make yourself just look at one note at a time. Okay, like this. This is called tracking. This will slow you down, the finger thing. You may need to do that. So you can tizzle your rhythm like that. You can count, just like we do in class. Like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, you get the idea. Count your rhythms. The other thing you can do is say the note values of the notes like this. Quarter, quarter, half, quarter, quarter, half, quarter, quarter, quarter. Just it makes you stop and think about it, and okay, and it really does work. So these are all things you can do. Tap your feet. Tap your foot with the beat. It will make you feel the beat. It will help a lot. Listen to the metronome while you're doing it. Number 4 says stop and fix mistakes. These aren't really in order very well, but anyway. Yeah, stop and fix your mistakes. One of the biggest problems I find with beginners when I'm listening to people practice before class or whatever is they make mistakes and they don't fix them. They just sort of keep going, and somehow it's just going to magically get better. It doesn't work like that. Every time you do something, you get better at it. okay? Every time you do something, you get better at it. So every time you make a mistake, what you're doing is you're getting better at making that mistake. And that's not good. Stop. If you miss a note, stop on that note, look at the note right before it, and go back and forth between those two notes. Like, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Okay, so. No, that wasn't right. Okay, that was right. Now I'm going to practice going between those notes. Back and forth. Back and forth. Till I get what it feels like to go back and forth between those two notes. Uh-oh, I messed up again. Gotta go back. Okay. Don't try to do the whole thing. If you mess up here, then this is what you need to practice. Okay? Okay. Yeah. So when you're learning your notes, let's talk about learning your notes now. First thing you can do, just like we do in class, is say your letter names out loud. Okay? This is flute music. But you can get the point. So again, with a metronome, and you see I've got my metronome. I've got it set to 60. That's about as slow as you probably want to go. You can go slower if you feel like you need to. But so say your letter names like F, D, F, F, D, F, G, F, E flat, D, and you notice I'm saying them in time with the metronome, right? And I'm saying them in time with the note values. So on this F, because it's a half note, I'm holding it for 2 beats, right? So F, D, F, F, D, F, G. Okay, you get the idea. Then, it also helps to listen to a recording, okay? So if you're learning a piece of concert music, there's probably a recording online like we listen to in class. Listen to it. Google it. Just Google the name of the composer and the title of the piece, and the first website that comes up will probably have a recording of the song, and you can listen to it. And that'll help you learn your notes if you know how it goes. I mean, duh. That doesn't mean that recording is the only way that a band can play that piece. Of course, we're going to play it our way. But as far as just learning your notes and stuff, yeah, listen to the recording. Why not? If it's something from the method, like this, recording's not online, obviously, but if it's for a playing test, I usually make those instructional videos on this YouTube channel so that you have something to listen to and you know how it goes. I play it for you on my instrument, so you get some idea how the song goes. Listen to it. Use that stuff, man. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, check your notes. Check your notes with Bandmate. Let's pull it up. Here, Bandmate. Where'd you go? Okay. I'm gonna set it to flute because I'm looking at flute music right now. Remember, you touch the top of the screen, and there it goes. Okay. Select your instrument. Okay. I put mine on flute. So here's what we mean. Check your notes one at a time. Okay? I'm going to try to do this and hold it at the same time. I'm not sure how well this is going to work. Let's see. Uh-oh. Okay. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so my first note here And this old man is an F. Okay, I shall try to play an F. Uh-oh, that's not an F. Ah, look, that's the same note as that. I can see the notation, right? I can see the notes. It's the note on the top line there. Hey, look, there it is. Okay, and next note is a D. Hey, I did it right. Look, I can see it. Okay, check yourself. Check your notes with the app. It really does help. A lot of times, so you might be making mistakes and you don't know it. Okay? Say that again. You might be making mistakes. You might be playing wrong notes and you don't know it. Or you don't know which note is wrong. Use the app. That's what it's for. Yeah, last point. Play things correctly over and over. Common mistake with beginners is beginners like to play something till they get it right one time, then they think they're done. Okay, well, I did it right, so I know it. No, you did it right one time. You maybe just got lucky. Okay. What you really need to do is do it until if I can do it 4 times in a row without making a mistake, then I feel like, okay, I got it. So again, the more times you do it, the more muscle memory you're building up, and then you go to sleep and your brain saves all that stuff, and then you wake up the next day and all of a sudden you've got it. Yeah, it's like learning how to hit a baseball. Just because you know how to do it doesn't mean you can actually make your body do it. You need to make your body do it over and over and over again. Anyway, I hope all this is helpful. Practice slowly and look at these tips. Use the metronome, use the BandMaid app, and have fun. I'm here to help. Contact me if you have questions. Contact me if there's something you don't understand. I'd love to help you. That's what they pay me the big bucks for. Have a good night.